Okay, everybody, welcome and welcome back. I'm going to try to rapid fire this intro off as fast as I can. Today we're doing another movie challenge, and today we're going to be focused on the 28 Days Later challenge. Now I'm going to display on the screen some of the mods that I'm using today, as well as the zombie settings. Now, when I go through these settings real quick, I do have to mention that I cannot see anything. Thankfully, we have a lighter. I don't know how well. There we go. We're going to have to sneak and get to a thing that has some sort of light so we can actually see. We spawned inside of a hospital, much like the movie 28 Days Later did, and we're 1 month into the apocalypse now. There is no electricity, and there probably isn't going to be any refrigeration, but we're going to have to be careful because the zombies in this run are sprinters. Now, if you were paying attention to the zombie settings for this run, you probably noticed that, well, it was a low population, and you're probably thinking to yourself, like, wait, low population, but that movie had lots of scary things in it, and it's like, no, it didn't, and I'm gonna go through why right now. Literally the first hour of the movie, and I'll have a bunch of clips going across your screen just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about, was them just kind of hanging out, walking around in a giant city, the city of London itself, with no repercussions. They just got to kind of do whatever they wanted. Like, yeah, at nighttime, which is why they're going to be night active zombies, these guys were screwed. But as far as like daytime stuff, these guys were fine. Now, one thing about all of that is going to be that the zombies are night active in this challenge as well, and some of you are probably like, but wait, I saw that one scene and they were all running in the daytime, and that is 28 weeks later, and that'll be its own video. But for this run, we are focused solely on the fact that we are in the 28 days later era. So I'm just looting this hospital right now. I'm trying to get some stuff, and we're playing as Tim Hawk. And Tim Hawk, much like Jim in the movies, is a nice little mailman. Well, Jim in the movies is a parcel carrier. He delivers packages to people. And in order to try to balance out this character so that we have a fighting chance to survive the 7 days that I usually take these challenges for, we have got addict, which means pills are kind of a necessity for our boy Tim here. Jim didn't really have this issue. I mean, he took some Valium, but we're not gonna fault him for that. He was just trying to take the edge off. We got the fear of blood, which makes sense considering the infected transfer a lot of the infection through bodily fluids, blood especially. Sun sensitivity. Tim was in a little car accident, so yeah, he's gonna be a little sensitive to the sun, even though zombies are more active at night. We got anemic, which means if we do get injured, we're going to be injured. Necrophobic, we're definitely gonna be afraid of the infected, and even Jim in the movie was very scared of the infected. There are multiple scenes of him, well, yeah. We're also going to be nyctophobic, which means we are going to be afraid of the night, and for good reason. We've taken slow healer, which is going to make it so if we do get injured, we're going to be dealing with that for a while. We're already on edge. Dang, our character's not having a good time. We have a fast metabolism. Jim in the movies, when he wakes up, it's already been 28 days, so of course his weight is skinny. I'm not going to show Cillian Murphy's naked body on the screen. But we are at a weight of 70, which means, yeah, we're a little bit more prone to injury. We're a light drinker, and that I tried to pair that with fast metabolism because it's like, you know, you're already skinny. Just a little bit of alcohol could mess you up. We're sentimental because even in the movies, our boy Jim, very sentimental guy. And we've taken smoker just because it's free trait points, but I do know that it's probably not going to help us too much considering the fact that it's probably going to need to be more of a hindrance than anything. I'm actually going to take these garbage bags and put them on the floor so I can search them real quick. Garbage is good loot, people. Alright, let's search these. We got ourselves a butter chunker bar, some peanuts, and a bottle opener. I'm not really going to take that. All right, now to rapid fire off some of the positive traits that we've taken. We've taken homebody, which means we're going to be more calm, and we're going to have our mood go up faster inside a building. We've got dexterous. We're going to need those fast hands for when we're dealing with sprinters. Quick rest, kind of a necessity. Adrenaline junkie, that's definitely something that's going to give us a nice little buff when it comes to being chased by sprinting zombies. Graceful, which is going to help us with sneaking around, because sneaking is going to be very important. Oh my gosh, the windows are broken. Okay, well, we're going to have to be careful. We've got runner. That's just going to give us one more point into sprinting, which is going to help us a lot. Cardio, which is going to help with our endurance regeneration rate, as well as our experience with running. Expeditious, which is going to give us some more running speed, just to help us with the, well, I don't even have to explain sprinters. We got keen hearing. Keen hearing's a really good trait when it comes to sprinters, because they could be right up on you from behind and you wouldn't see it coming. It gives you a nice little bigger radius around you for visuals just behind you. So in a game where getting hit from behind is pretty much a death sentence, having that little bit of extra hearing is going to be a game-saving throw. We've got fit, because we're going to be running a lot, most likely, and I'd rather not have to deal with, running out of stamina while being chased. Next, we got ourselves Navigator, which comes with the mailman trait. Apparently, we start off with the mail satchel, which I'm going to equip to our back. Jim had himself a nice little grocery bag for carrying stuff. It's fine that we get ourselves a nice little satchel to start. It might be a little bit cheese, but we're not going to focus too much on that. We're just going to put away some of the items that we've already picked up. And I did end up grabbing some pills and medical supplies, since we are spawning in a hospital. Next, we got ourselves low weight. That comes with the fast metabolism. I don't know why that's in the positive side of traits. That's kind of a negative trait to think about it. But anyways, let's get into it. Let's see how long we go. And we've already found ourselves a crowbar, which is a big find. Let's find some extra stuff here. Maybe we can find it. We'll take the empty beer can. And I think what we'll do is we'll fill the beer can so we have some sort of water receptacle, because we don't have one right now. Right now, for lights, we have ourselves the pen light. I don't know if we're using the lighter in tandem, but I'm going to unequip the lighter right now because I don't need it. And the pen light that we have equipped does have a lot remaining right now, so that's nice. Now, we did start off in a hospital. We're not going to stay in this hospital. Quite frankly, I'd like to move on as fast as I can. Now, as you guys know, Project Zomboid doesn't have any NPCs, which means characters from 28 Days Later, like Mark in my scenario, get to live. Because, well, the second Mark meets Jim, it's kind of over for him. It's kind of Jim's fault Mark dies, let's be real here. Okay, what do we get back here? Nice, we got a nice little medical area here. Let's get more painkillers. And more painkillers. And more painkillers. Now, another thing that... Oh, seltzer water in a bottle. That's a good find. Another thing that we're going to do is we're not going to be holding out in this building the entire run. We're going to be moving on. I'd like to get us to a military base. The fun thing about that is I have no idea where a military base is, but I have a general idea. And you're going to be kind of surprised when I tell you where we spawned, because we didn't just spawn in some random hospital. We spawned in the Louisville hospital. So I guess finding a military checkpoint wouldn't be too hard to do, but as far as finding a military base to end the run on, that's going to be its own challenge. Now let's... Ooh, there we go, some food. We definitely are going to need to stock up on that. And if we go over here, I did see some rubber gloves. Now, I know that we're wearing medical garb, but we are going to want to get some sort of protection on our characters so that way we don't die a horrific death really quickly. And cola. We're definitely taking that because it's got some caffeine in it. And we've got maybe one more weight left for putting stuff away in. So we're going to take some extra painkillers, even though we probably don't need them. At this point, we're pretty stocked up. I'm just grabbing extra food. That way, while we're on the road, we don't have to think too much about our hunger as far as survival goes. Maybe we'll get lucky here and we'll find ourselves a grocery bag. We did not. I can't fit the bill. I'll never be Cillian Murphy. And as you can see from some of the windows, there are boards and metal plates on some of them, which is kind of nice. That's all due to a barricaded windows based off erosion mod, and I found a digital watch. That is perfect. We definitely need that. That way we can tell what time it is. Every single day technically starts at 9 a.m. because that's the starting time when you spawn in. I could edit that, but I've decided not to. Having a shorter first day is always kind of nice for me because it makes me feel like I've survived longer. I haven't spotted a single zombie yet, but like I said, in the movies, I think in total, there's less than 40 infected the whole movie. For 2 hours straight, it is mostly just Jim and company traveling place to place and literally like having fun with no repercussions. They could just do whatever they want. I think we're going to equip this table leg in both hands now that we're all weaponed up. We got 2 scalpels, the crowbar, and the table leg. Let us try to get someplace safe. Now I do have 2 infected. Maybe I can sneak up on them. I'm not seeing more. I don't know how they're going to react to me in any way. I just know that the second they see me, it's sprint time. It is just sprinting. Plus, it's nighttime active, so I don't know if they're going to run right off the bat. Nope, they are going to walk. That's okay. I will say that in the movie, if you were paying attention, like, yeah, there were some that were sprinting during the day, but even some characters, some of the infected characters walked at first. They didn't just go full sprint, or they just stood there and they stared right at the main character like, oh, look, it's a human. Like, their whole purpose is, let's get him. But for that moment, those guys were just like, all right, we're just hanging out. So let's try to get out of here. I don't think we got to worry too much about these zombies just standing out in the open. They're not sprinting at us right now. And yeah, that little room's boarded up. Let's see if we can find ourselves a vehicle of sorts. Maybe we'll get lucky. I will say that one of the challenges that we are going to be facing, so it's not just easy street the entire time, is that I put on the bandits mod. It is active. Jim did have to fight people, even if they were all military guys and not just some random bandits. And he went full crazy mode on them. But I wanted to make sure that there was some sort of adversary just in case, like, this whole run, we don't have to deal with any threats or any real aggressive anything. Because, yeah, walking zombies, boring, right? Right, you guys came here for the sprinters. But I was like, they're only active at night. And then we'll at least have something to deal with on the side, so that way it's not just me conquering the world being like I am legend over here. I've been living in the apocalypse for 10 years in New York City. Also, future video idea. Alright everybody, good news. I found myself a vehicle. It does have some gas, not a lot. It does look to be in an okay condition, but we do have a way to get around, so let's just get moving. Like I said, our goal here isn't to stay in the city, it is to move on. Of course, this vehicle here is giving me the you need to search this vibe, so I'm going to check out the SWAT van real quick if I can. Apparently the seat is occupied. We got a bulletproof vest. I'm not taking it. I will take this extra battery, though. This stick of gum. In the back, we got a bullet bandolier and a police duffel bag. I am seeing bullets. I will wear that, and I will take that. Dull machete, we'll take that. Beef jerky, milk chocolate bar. Zombies seem to not care about my presence. Okay, we got a vehicle. I got some supplies. I think we have some good supplies here. I'm just gonna have my character take care of some of these moodles real quick, and then I think we'll get on the road, because that's probably the best idea. We don't have a lot of time left, and I don't want to stay at the hospital for the whole entire night, especially since it's gonna be dark. Alright, let's get out of Louisville. Now, I just want to talk real quick about how in 28 Days Later, it's low population. I know that, like, when they're on their way to the first military base, if you were to recall what happens in the movie, spoiler alerts for a movie that's like 30 years old. They're on their way going to Manchester, right? Because that's where the military base is. And that place is on fire, and apparently there's more infected there. And then people are like, well, London, they evacuated London. That's probably why it was such a low population to start. But, like, if you recall what Mark was talking about in the movie, then you'd know that, well, airplanes didn't just take everybody that had money. Like, evacuations didn't work well. People were left to die. London was a fully populated town. It just seemed like the infected were just bored or already starving, since that seemed to be the consensus for whether or not a zombie or infected really did anything. Give me these holsters. I'd like this nightstick, please. No guns. That sucks. Next. Gotta be quick, gotta be quick, gotta be quick. Oh my god, get in a seat. Nope, done here, done here, done here, we're moving. Okay, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it. Crowbar. Okay. You real quick, let's take you out. You know what? Now that I think about it, I'm getting in this car. I'm turning this off. We're gonna actually just hide in one of these buildings for the night. Yeah, I think it's gonna be safer. Oh god. Okay, which one of these guys has the key? Was it you? Give me that. Drop that, dude. Drop that. I think there's maybe like one more in here, possibly. Alright. Not in this room. Not in this room. Close the curtains. Okay, let's search this house real quick. It's almost 8 o'clock. I want to make sure that we're asleep at like a reasonable time. Dude, what the frig? A fanny pack. Okay, that's a good find. And we got a duffel bag. I'm gonna equip that as secondary. We do kind of have like a full inventory, but thankfully I think we cleared out most of the zombies that are in the surrounding area, and we did find some free cigarettes. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna organize all my inventory tonight. I'm gonna hang out in this house. We're not gonna go anywhere else. And then tomorrow, we're gonna deal with the world, the whole scary world, and then yeah, that'll be the goal. For now, it's inventory organization time. Alright, it's 2 a.m. Our character just slept, but he is not tired anymore. Thankfully, we have something for that. We have some sleeping pills. We don't have a lot of them. As you can see from the remaining, we're like more than halfway out of them, so we're gonna have to conserve this as best as we can. We did get the Restless Sleeper perk, so hopefully we can actually sleep till AM. I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit. We have to be very wary of the fact that all the zombies right now are sprinters. I don't know when the sprinting effect stops for the zombies in the morning. I don't know if it's like a sunlight based thing, or if it's just when the clock strikes a certain time, these guys just start walking. So we're just gonna sleep here. Tomorrow we're gonna search that police car, and of course we're gonna cough, dude. It's 9 a.m. now, so we're officially on day 2, which is nice. And let's check our stats real quick where we're at. We've killed 14 zombies and survived for 1 single day. Alright, let's be wary of the fact that... Alright, yep, he's walking, so we don't gotta worry too much. We'll get this crowbar out and deal with him real quick then. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have blood turned all the way up because, well, all of the infected in 28 Days Later are literally just blood out of every orifice. They are just exuding blood everywhere. Now, we got 2 zombies that aren't really paying attention to us, and you can have that little debate in the comment section as to whether or not infected from 28 Days Later are considered zombies or just infected people with a rage virus. I'm not going to correct or assume anything. It's technically one of the pioneers in the let's get all the zombies running as fast as possible to make them scary as shit movies. Alright, trunk is open and there was nothing in it. Next, we got the 2 other police zombies. One has a vest I don't care about, and the other one just has the key to the car. Alright, we got the attention of 1 zombie over here. Let's just put them out of their misery real quick. We'll get in our car and get out of here. I don't like the fact that we're having like minor engine troubles. This may seem dumb, but you know, I already did it with the Dawn of the Dead video. I gotta be somewhat faithful. We gotta go to a church just for a second. And then we just gotta, you know, we're alone in this world. We don't know if there's people in here. We don't know if there's people out there. We just gotta hit them with a... Good news, guys. There's like no one inside this church. Alright, well, now that that's taken care of, let's go back on our little journey. That is a large horde of people over there. Look at that. Thank goodness we weren't over here at night. That would have sucked. I just gotta search this real quick. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Antidepressants. We'll take that. There's a gurney here. That's fun. And a trauma bag. This is definitely worth grabbing as a secondary. We also need a bottle of alcohol. We'll take all this free stuff. Now we got ourselves a police duffel bag and a trauma bag. Alright, we are starting to run low on gas, but I'm not really super here for the military checkpoint as much as I am for all the free camping supplies we get while we're out here. Alright, that guy's dead. Next, let's pick up this thing. Free sleeping bag. And a free tent. Pack the tent up. Alright, we're here. We probably have 7 hours of daylight left, so we'll have to be quick. I'm just gonna go check and see what I can find out here. We're already on, like, heavyweight. I'm gonna try to take care of some of these moodles real quick. Alright, so 6 hours, 40 minutes. Let's take care of this quick. Do you think there's anything inside these tents, or do you think like the tents don't have any item spawns in them? Because there's a lot of tents out here. Yeah, no, none of these tents have... Oh, one of them has stuff. Okay, you can find books in tents. That's good to know. I just thought I'd be able to find more, you know? Alright, good news. This is the thing I was actually really hoping to find here, and this is a gasoline can. It doesn't fit in our bag, so we are going to have to swap our melee weapons. I think it's fine that we can use the scalpel for a second. And then we got ourselves a dart over here. I want to look in that. Tire iron, not really that good. And, well, you know... one of the most famous foods you can find in, well, 28 Days Later, as well as, you know, all of the random British snack foods that they ate throughout the whole movie, is cheeseburgers. And we're gonna go see if we can find some right now.
We've got enough food, Jim.
We don't have any cheeseburgers.
Ketchup and mustard, more rotten meat. We got a cleaver. That's nice. Well, guys, I got bad news. Doesn't look like cheeseburgers survived the apocalypse. We're gonna have to move on. Ooh, I like that. We're gonna drop our bottle because we found ourselves a really interesting water canteen, and we can wear it. It replaces our bullet bandolier, but I'm not too like heartbroken about that because honestly, the survival gear kind of looks cooler. Alright, we're here at the military checkpoint, but it doesn't seem like there's really a military here, which is quite unfortunate. Let's see if we can get inside real quick. It is locked, and some of it's even boarded up. I don't think we're getting in. And the zombies have taken notice of our existence, so let's head back to the car with what we found, and we can move on to our next location. Hold up, I think I see some stuff over here. We got some military tents we can check out. Another gas can, an empty trash bag. Locked. Alright, we got a military tent here, and in it we have ourselves... That's a fancy looking sleeping bag right here. I like a lot of these sleeping bags. I'm glad these were added to the game. They really do kind of add like just a whole new layer of immersion. We got some skill books. Aside from that, there's nothing here as far as like useful items goes. We do have a lot of undead and random like dispersed tents and sleeping bags still, but I'm gonna move on. Alright, so we've been out for a minute and we have gotten really tired. I don't know if I accidentally took sleeping pills, but we've just exhausted ourselves to a new degree I didn't expect. We are going to have to really get off the road now. Once we get back to our car, our goal is going to be fill up the gas tank and find ourselves some sort of base that we can hide out at in the outskirts. But we are getting closer to nighttime, so we might have to secure another house location and see how well we do from there. Alright, first things first, let's get this thing gassed up. And what we need to do is just toss this thing into the... any of the seats, really. We can just throw that right there. Alright, we don't have too much time, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to park our car here. Turn it off. And we're going to explore this house real quick. Okay, we got lucky. We're 1 month in. I don't know the frequency for things like house alarms. Okay, our character's severely tired. This door doesn't exist. I don't feel good about sleeping in that room specifically. I don't think there's a second room that we can sleep in. But having a door between us and, well, death itself is kind of important. I did find a key ring. It does have the keys to this house, but I'm not focused on that. Alright, that's closed. Let's at least see what we got for food in here. Everything's rotten. So, finding canned goods. Okay, we didn't find anything. But we do still have lots of random little stuff that we can eat in the meantime. It's mostly just snacks and candy, though. We're not really getting any nutrients. So, now that we're here, I think if we took some beta blockers, we could get some sleep. But do we have beta blockers? That's the question. And if the answer is no, then I know where we can find some. Alright, so we have an empty canteen now. Let's fill it up. I'm going to have us go to bed. And then in the morning, hopefully, well, things are better. Okay, we've woken up really freaking early again. I did not intend to wake up again this early, but maybe we can actually wait this one out. Since we're not super tired, I don't want to use all the sleeping pills because we're going to need those for, well, when, you know, we no longer have a light source to need to sleep, or we're having a panic attack or in too much pain. But let's actually dump some of the stuff that we have here, because we have a bunch of letters. I don't need these. And a brochure, we don't need that. And a bill, not really important. And let's eat some candy to get our mood up. Alright. It is slowly becoming daytime. I don't know how safe it would be to hop in a vehicle now. There was a bandit activity. There was a bandit roadblock spawn not far off. I don't know how well they did, considering it spawned at fucking nighttime, but I can tell you they probably didn't do that well. Alright, let's check our flashlight. We are slowly starting to run out of battery on this thing, so let's speed this up just a little bit. And we'll head outside at 5:30, because, I mean, it's somewhat visible out here. I'm going to turn off the light. My character is becoming a little panicked about that, but I don't think he needs to be. And then we'll slowly sneak our way back to the car. They're still in sprint mode, so I'm not stopping the car now. Yeah, they are not happy that we are around. Okay, let's be careful here. I'm trying to find the gated community. And this is not it. Okay. Okay, we found the mansions, which is kind of what I was looking for. There is still a lot of running zombies doing Naruto runs. I'm just gonna take that one out real quick. I know another one's coming. I think I just gotta pick a house. You know what I mean? I kind of like this one with the fountains in front of it. But this one has like the most floors. Alright, it's officially 7 a.m. I'm gonna search this house. Like, they were staying in a big mansion when they were in the movie. And I am somewhat mimicking what happened in the movie to my best ability to make it so I know whether or not I'd even survive some of these situations that Jim got himself into. I guess that would mean at some point I'm going to have to go into a large apartment building and see if I could get to the top floor and then get my way down, but... there we go. We found some goods. Get ourselves some alcohol. There we go, and our inventory's full there. Let's grab this stuff. We're gonna search this mansion, try to see if we can find any good gear, and we're gonna throw everything that we get into the car. Our end goal is actually going to be trying to get to one of the remote locations that has a lake or a river nearby. And obviously we can't really leave Louisville without breaking that gigantic fence that's blocking our way. Alright, we've cleared out our inventory enough. We can search this place, and we're about to hit our 3rd day. Or at least start day 3. And we're going to search this mansion real quick, see if we can find some good loot. Hopefully we'll find some edible food in here. I'm hoping that because it's supposed to be a mansion, we find something. We found some chips and pasta. That's good. If we could find a cooking pot, we can at least cook that pasta. We've got ourselves yarn thread and bandages. Not really what I want to find here. Rotten food. And that's it. This place doesn't really have any food. Does milk go bad? Do you think we'll get sick from drinking this month-old milk? I don't know, but we did find a pickle. Alright, we found something. Found a small protective case. In it, we got 45 rounds and a revolver. We'll take both of those things. That is a decent find for us. And we'll unequip that and drop it on the floor. We also found another disposable lighter. That's also a good find. Let's take that. We do have some bloodied up medical scrubs. I don't know if we need to be wearing these anymore. We can kind of drop those and start wearing other stuff. Maybe this lumberjack shirt. It gives us a little bit of scratch defense. There we go. We're getting closer and closer to looking like a normal person out here. This would actually probably be the safer place to stay as far as bases go, because up here they can't really see you. And there's multiple floors between you and them. I'd almost say that this would be ideal if it wasn't for the fact there was no way to grow food and not really any way to get water outside of using all of the sinks and then running out of water eventually. So we're not going to stay here, but it is a considerable idea, like a thing that I might consider. Alright, since I'm in the looting mood and we do have space in our vehicle still, I'm going to keep looting these random mansions and seeing if I can find good stuff. Last mansion we looted, we actually found 4 cigars, which is going to help with our smoker trait, at least keeping our character less agitated like he is right now. And hopefully we can find some more random loot that's going to be helpful for us later. I found this ice pick. That could be a good weapon. Another bottle of scotch. We'll take that. But we are going to have to be very careful. We can't really be, you know, drinking and taking pills at the same time. Wood saw is always good. I'm going to grab that. Nails, that's good. We'll take it. Everything in the fridge is rotten, but we do have a little party table event, so we're going to grab everything from here and put that in our bag. Beta blockers. There we go. That is a good find. I'm very surprised that we haven't really had any zombies inside these houses. I found a rubber duck. We're going to take that because I feel like it needs me. You know what I mean? It just needs me so it can live on. Before it was just a rubber duck sitting on a shelf, rotting away. And now it's our little companion in the apocalypse. Alright, we've officially searched this house. I did walk away with more vices than I did actual supplies. We did find some canned food. Really nice. We are still in a pretty safe location. I'm going to dump all this stuff into the car. And I'm going to search this next big square mansion looking thing. I'm sure that's going to have some good loot. Alright, we're on to the next house. We're hopping the fence. We're closing the fence. We're doing all sorts of goofy stuff. We're going to go in the house, search this place, hopefully find some good gear. And the door's wide open. That's been the good thing about this rich neighborhood, is they leave their doors unlocked. And we're going to keep looting this place for all the good stuff it has, including its alcohol. More rotten food from the kitchen. We got a dead rat, and it is not in good condition. But we found some pepper, some vinegar. Those are going to be good for our food, as well as more alcohol and sealed beverages. Next, we got ourselves some fruit jam. That's always a nice little mood grabber. And finally, some cooking pots. We can actually do something about all that mac and cheese, as well as have a system for gathering water once we get to the more rural parts, if we make it that far. We're going to leave this kitchen. head upstairs. It's 2 p.m. It's almost 3. We've probably maybe got 5 hours of daylight left before things start sprinting at us and making us feel very unsafe. Alright, I think we hit a jackpot as far as healthy food goes, because we ended up finding olives, eggplants, and carrots, all fresh. Not really an easy find out here in the apocalypse, especially after a few days. So we're definitely taking that, and we found more alcohol. I'll take those, even though I don't think we'd really need them. Alright, I've found this pool room with a computer, but we're full on inventory, and our back's starting to hurt because of it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave here. And I think we'll have ourselves just a smidge of wine. Just a smidge. Make us feel a little happy. We're inebriated. That is what light drinker does to you as far as perks go. You just have a fourth of a little wine carton. All of a sudden, everything around you is blurry. Now, we do still have a nice little grace period of time before things start running at us. I'm going to dump everything in the car as far as inventory goes, and then we're going to probably search one last mansion because I still have time, and then we'll sleep somewhere around here. We have a body of water here, and is fishing really an option right here? I can fish in this? For real? I gotta test it, but first we should probably actually wash all of our clothing. Alright, it is the first time we've been clean in a second, but now that we're clean, it should be a little bit easier to keep the stress off of us because we're not covered in the blood of all of our enemies. So, lucky enough, again, the door was unlocked. We're going to search this house. This one's a little bit smaller than the others, but it still has multiple floors, so I wouldn't count out any good loot happening. We're still looking for food, and we're still looking for other random things that we can use to further our survival. Alright, this place was a bust for supplies. I'm feeling a little greedy. Let's head to the next house. I don't know where that came from. I think we got them. I think we can handle them. Okay, that was that. We're going to close this door, and we're going to keep searching. This is the first zombie I've seen in any of these houses so far. It's good to know that they actually still spawn. Alright, we have fully searched this house, and we're pretty much done here. We have maybe like 2 more buildings on just this side of the road, but I never planned on being here too long. I've been very lucky with some of the supply pulls I found. Like I found a box of nails, another medium handle, and another claw hammer. I think if we were able to find ourselves in a nice little wooded house area just out in the wilderness, we could probably board ourselves in there and just kind of survive out the rest of our days. So I think that's what I want to do. In the meantime, it is getting dark, and I am trying to survive all 7 days. I'm going to check our little character stats, and as you can see, we've already hit 2 days and 11 hours. We've killed 33 zombies. We are starting to lose weight, but I think we're doing pretty good for ourselves here. So I'm gonna have my character take these sleeping pills, or better yet, let's take some beta blockers. All right, now that it's almost 6 a.m., I'm feeling confident we should head to the next building. I'm not seeing more zombies in the area. The next building has a lot of boards on it, so I am feeling a little bit confident in that. All right, we found ourselves some work boots. They might slow us down, but even though they affect the running speed modifier, look at us. We're now more built for the outdoors. All right, yeah, we were able to empty out our little inventory, and we've got one more house on this like strip of rich people homes I just want to check out real quick. I don't need to do this. I could just leave. I don't need to explore the entire rich people neighborhood. But what if there's a hatchet out here? You know what I mean? Another unlocked door. I found another rubber ducky. I'm taking it. We now have 2 of those guys. Okay, that's not what I wanted. I was really hoping that we would find an axe, but I did not find one. I mean, there's still hope for these, like, random cardboard boxes. We got a hacksaw. Not an axe, though. Let's check the map. We've been to a lot of interesting places. That is our starting location. We stayed at a house somewhere around here, or over here, or over here. I don't remember where. Or was it over here? We went over to the military checkpoint, but our goal right now, after staying at these rich people houses, these mansions, is to go find ourselves a remote house far off in the distance. And of course our car is still working, which is nice, so we can use that to our benefit. But let's try to avoid hitting too many zombies. If we see construction worker trucks, I definitely want to stop at those. They might have an axe, especially if it's like a firefighter truck. That's definitely something we want to keep an eye out for. I am again surprised that the bandits mod is being so sparing with how often it spawns bandits. That could just be part of the V2 mod. I know that someone released a legacy version of the mod. I don't know how it works for build 42. But I imagine it might have some more mod options, since it seems like ever since they redid the mod, there's a lot less mod options than there used to be. Alright, we got some tool shed looking things here. We're going to get out real quick, and we're going to be careful. We are in the suburban neighborhood. There are zombies nearby. They probably want nothing to do with us. Here we got someone who drank himself to death, but I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking, let's hope for a hatchet. Ooh, there's a forest truck over here. That usually either means a lot of farming supplies or, even better, some survival gear. So let's go check that out real quick. He's dead. Next. We got a couple over here. Okay. E-rig, let's take that. Are you kidding me? Give me that. Bullets, that's always good to find. We're going to take that. We found a hiking bag, and we're going to grab that and put it as our secondary. Next, we're going to check the trunk here. And, you know, it wasn't a disappointment to open this thing up, because we found ourselves some weapons and other gear. Another dull large, or at least a dull large knife, not a machete, but kind of important. Fleshing tool is going to be good. Let's take that. It sounds like there's a zombie approaching. All right, they're a little over there, so I'm not going to worry too much. Empty gas can in the dart. Let's check. Well, let's see. It's not going to let me in. It's fine. I swear there are more zombies over here, but I'm not seeing them, so we're just going to walk over here for now. I'm going to go in this closed, like, dead-end room real quick where I can feel somewhat secure, drop this bag, and we're going to unload all of our duffel bag stuff into it. And now we'll be saying goodbye to our duffel bag because we're going to drop it. And now we're going to equip this new hiking bag on our back. I think we're doing pretty good out here as far as finding supplies goes. All right, go to bed. All right, back to this trailer real quick. I just need to check out what's going on with it. There are no livestock in here that is alive, which is probably a good thing. I'd feel really bad for a bunch of animals that were trapped in the back of a moving truck for about who knows how long. Okay, nothing good here. We got a welding torch. I guess that'd be good if I had a welding mask. I see another wilderness truck over there. We still have time, so I'm going to run over and check the bed of it real quick, see what's going on with it. I feel very lucky that we keep finding these camo survival trucks because they usually have good stuff in them. Fishing rod, we'll take that. A fishing hook, that's a good one. And a bobber. I know we already have that stuff, but it's good to have doubles because I don't know how condition works with these things. Let's check and see what we got. We've got ourselves a stick of gum and a disposable lighter. We have a sewing kit, kind of useful, and a smoking paraphernalia. Next, we'll check the station wagon trunk if we can. We can't, it's locked, and we can't get in the front door. It's too damaged. I'm seeing a farming location over there with a compost bin. That's kind of neat. We're not going to focus on that, though. We got to keep moving. I see a zombie over there. A police station over here. Now, I know that I shouldn't greed out, but I'm going to tell you right now, daytime active zombies is completely abusable, and I'm probably going to abuse this real quick. Okay, so far so good. Let's see if there is a key somewhere. Not seeing anything there. Dang it, that's closed and locked. Okay, we have options. Let's actually check our canteen. It's empty. We should probably actually refill. Not bad, not bad. If only I could lure a zombie inside, that'd be really nice. Alright, we're in a farmer's marketplace. Maybe we can find ourselves what we're looking for as far as supplies goes. It's probably just going to be food, and a lot of the food's going to be rotten. Unfortunately, we can't rip the seeds out of rotten. Oh, we can with tomatoes at least. I could wail at the door until it breaks, but it's going to make a lot of noise. And we are pretty far away from our car. And I'm dumb enough to risk it. Alright, so it's not working the way I thought it would. And we are slowly approaching that time when things start to get a little hectic. What I think we should do is probably lay low for the night. Let's pick a house, clear it out, and then go to bed. Let that guy bang on the door, honestly. Oh, thank God. We'll get in here, close the window, close the curtain. We're gonna just walk to the nearest bedroom we can, and it's safe in here. I don't see any zombies or hear any zombies, so what we're gonna do is just take care of our moodles, and then we're gonna go to bed. Okay, we've woken up at 3 a.m. I don't want that, so I'm just gonna take some sleeping pills real quick, and then we'll go to bed as soon as that takes effect. Alright, we did make it through the night again. I'm surprised. So I'm just going to search this kitchen real quick, see what we got. And we found ourselves an orange juice. So I'm going to drink all of that, and then we're going to leave this place. There we go. It'd be nice if I could randomly just stumble upon an axe, but I don't think we will. Instead, we find some arm warmers and some sparklers. Let's try again at the police station. There was a bandit spawn that happened in the middle of the night, but I don't know how well they did considering the fact that they keep spawning at nighttime when the sprinters are out. So I don't think they're really making it that far. Got him. And that door is locked anyways. Let's see how far we can take this. Finally! That took way longer than it needed to. Right off the bat, we got ourselves bullets and guns. Not a bad find at all. We also got ourselves some zip ties, and that's really it. All right, let's get what we need, and that is going to be all of this. We're going to take all of it if we can. And of course, it's not going to let us take everything, but here's what I can do, right? We need the shotgun shells. I don't think we need all the shotguns. Did I take a second shotgun? That's the question. The answer is no, but we will take the 9mm rounds, and we'll put this on our holster. And another 2 boxes of 9mm rounds we'll take. We'll take the 308 rounds just because more magazines never hurts anybody, so we're going to take that. And there's a gun that takes 308, so we'll take that as well. And we'll leave this place. We are over encumbered, so our goal is no longer really to loot anything else. It's just to get back to the car. Alright, we're still in the suburbs. I think we want to go this way into the unknown. Nope, nope. Oh my god, another survival truck. I'm gonna let you guys all go free. We have freed the chickens. Now let's see, is there an axe back here? No, but there is more gas. And I'll take that, that's fine. Alright, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I am seeing a construction zombie over there. But that does not mean that there's an axe nearby him. Let's fill up our car with gasoline and get the hell out of here. Oh god, a survivor. Alright, let's get him. Let's get him. Okay. Okay. Nope, nope. I don't want you alive. Do they have any good stuff on them? We got a revolver, no bullets, water, 45 rounds, we'll take them. Sawed-off double-barrel shotgun. It's in terrible condition, not worth taking, but we'll take his bullets. We got ourselves 13 cigarettes, a small backpack we're going to put on the ground here. And we got food, which I'm going to eat a granola bar. Okay, well, that was... I mean, yeah, we got to drop this. We got to drop it. And grab ourselves... Did I even use it? Yeah, I did. I just had to double check. Guess we could take this lighter, and yeah, we could take these canned sardines. These canned goods are going to be important. We are super over encumbered. What I'm doing right now is considered super greedy, but I'm feeling good. We need to start going right, because I don't feel like I'm going to get to a rural area. They need to stop putting these here in front of me. They keep putting them here. Oh no. Okay, well, we've alerted them to our presence. I'll try to be quick. I'm gonna try to be quick. Shovel in hands, let's go. Did you guys have any keys? No, none of you? Oh, surprise! Please have an axe, please have an axe. We got a cot. Oh, that's tempting. That's tempting. The cup is tempting. I don't need it. Alright, this guy's turn. This guy's turn. Please have an axe. A magnum. Okay, we got bandits. We got a whole group of them. Wow, they're all gonna get up. Take that. I just want to check their corpses real quick. Maybe they got something I can use. 13 cigarettes. Let's drop this duffel bag. Butterfly knife. Not what I'm interested in. Another duffel bag full of goodies. And this person had another duffel bag full of good stuff. Let's see what he had. Comic books, painkillers, and some medical supplies. Next, we have ourselves a bunch of maps. Well, maybe we could read the maps real quick, actually. At least now I feel like we can kind of get a sense of where we're going. We're going to eat the free food this guy had. I'm not seeing more things that could really help us out here. I mean, yeah, they've got supplies. They've got items. It's just not the items I want. We're at the music festival. Let's hop in the car real quick. Check the map. Okay, as far as rural locations go, I don't think it's going to be here that we're going to find what we're looking for. So I think we should actually head south. It's kind of unfortunate. I thought that we were getting close to where we should be going, but we're actually getting further away. Unless, like... No, we gotta go down. We've got 3 hours of daylight left, so let's act fast. I think we're starting to run out of time here, so what I'm gonna do is get ourselves ready for the night. I'm gonna do quick scans of this house, mostly just because I need to figure out how secure things are. And I got a dull kitchen knife. Everything that I see as far as sharp items go is pretty dull. Alright, well, we're here. We might as well get rid of a bunch of moodles and get ready to sleep off the night. Okay, it is 5:40 in the morning. And let's check our map where we're at right now. I think if we just hit this road here and then kind of follow it down, we should hit the interstate again, which we should have stayed on. And if we just go towards this side of the map, we should find some sort of rural place that we can call a safe place, or we can hide out down here somewhere, maybe in one of these farmhouses. But that is the plan. We're gonna check what day it is. How long have we been going? We've been going for almost 5 straight days, which means there's only 2 days left of this challenge. All I gotta see is if I can get myself to a nice and safe house in the meantime. Alright, I'm gonna do a nice little time skip. Oh, there's a hostile bandit assault. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna drop a bunch of shit, because I don't want to be over encumbered for this. And hopefully from there, we can at least take these guys in a fight. Yeah, I don't know how to lower my weight anymore. I don't know when those guys are going to show up here, but we have to be very vigilant. Because sprinters are still active right now. I'm going to watch the windows just to be safe. They kind of have every opportunity to kind of break in and just ruin our day. I could bust out the gun, but that's more our last resort right now because we don't have any aiming skill. I never went through our skills, but I never leveled any of them up so far. As you can see, our fitness and strength, those are our 2 highest skills. As far as everything else goes, we kind of suck at everything but running. Alright, the little bandit icon went away. I'm not sure what that means for us, whether or not that means we're safe or not. But now's a good time as any to get the hell out of here. What the frig is that? What was that even? That's just not even cool. Oh, they're full sprinters right now. Hunting supplies. That guy's... It does look like they're starting to slow down. He's more shambler than he is sprinting. This guy's running too. Okay. We'll keep a swivel on our head, but I do want to get in this hunting supply shop if I can. Because that could mean, for us, an axe. But I'm going to backpedal just a little bit. Nope, they're all still sprinters. And there's a lot of them. Okay, when did the sprinters stop sprinting? Nope, they're still sprinters too. There's a tool shop right there. If we could get an axe, that'd be perfect. I think we're going to have to drive around until 9 a.m. That's looking kind of like what the plan is going to have to be. Dude, he's still running too. Nope, get inside. Get inside. Okay, we killed a lot of them, but I don't feel secure getting out of the vehicle yet. I think I'm just going to lock the doors for now, and we're just going to hang out until it hits 9. Okay, it's 9. We're not really here for a lot of tools. We're just here for an axe. I don't care about anything else. It does sound like there is some zombies nearby. There's a shovel on the floor if we need a replacement, but our shovels do fine. Okay, that is a large group of zombies. We don't have to stay here. We did not find an axe. Unfortunate. But we gotta keep moving. I'm gonna keep the car running. Wait, does that guy have an axe in his back? It's a machete. It could work, but I'm not gonna grab it. Oh no. Okay. Please tell me you have a back door. There's a guy there. How does someone get inside this place? Maybe if I took that pipe bomb earlier. Alright, let's get out of here. This was a bust. Alright, I think we found a really good place. I'm gonna get out of the car, and I'm gonna drop a bunch of supplies on the ground that I just have in my inventory. It's cluttering me. Alright, and from here, we're gonna pick one of these 4 houses after clearing all 4 of them out. We're gonna board it up, and we're gonna make that our survivor home for the rest of the video. Alright, we got this small house. This would be an easy one to board up. Let's just check it out real quick. We got a small chest in here. A belt. It does still have a bunch of its doors and windows intact, which is nice. We're gonna drink this apple juice just because we're desperate for liquid. And I don't see any food. Quite unfortunate. I'm quite surprised we found a machete, but at the same time, I've been using this shovel until it breaks. This shovel is pretty durable, but it could also just be like the infected. The way that I have them set up is they're pretty fragile. This house is missing a front door, so it is not a viable like base option. We're just not gonna take it, but I am gonna search it. I did find crackers. That's a good find. Found pickles and butter. Fantastic finds, honestly. Alright, we got 2 zombies over here. This house actually already has some of its windows boarded up. I'm probably going to end up going with this one. It's going to be the easiest to get secure, but it is seemingly locked. So we are going to have to open the window. Hopefully one of them's unlocked. And it is. We found a gun case, and already we found more shotgun shells. This place is really worth it already. A lot of shotgun shells at that. Milk chocolate bar. We don't need to loot anything out of here as far as like food goes unless it's rotten. We can just ditch that outside. Alright, fantastic. Let's search this house over here real quick. And there is this house over here I can check out. but I definitely want to empty out the vehicle. This one has a boarded up door, so there might be some good stuff in here. Who knows? Popcorn, cereal, and salt. We're taking those. All right, that was it for this house. And there isn't really any zombies nearby, so I think we did pretty good. At least with finding a base location. I'm going to grab all this good stuff. I'm going to start unloading the car. We're going to get everything organized. And then I think we had a nice little mission success here. All right, we've officially emptied out the car. It's 5 p.m. I'm checking the info right now. We've survived for 5 straight days. We're about to hit day 6, which means we only have really not that much time left together here in this challenge. I am going to check out what we got for supplies, and honestly, I think we did pretty good with food. It's not long term. I was hoping to get more seeds so we can plant some stuff to ensure that Tim survives longer than a month. But I think we've got at least a week's worth of supplies, and it's all dry goods too. We checked Tim's weight here. He's down. He's up to 70. We've maintained our weight, which is nice, but we are getting tired, so we will have to survive the night. We haven't boarded this place up yet, only because we are at a severe lack of planks. We've got the one room that's kind of boarded up, but that's not really good enough for us. I think it's time we swap to the machete, so I'm definitely going to have that on hand. And once it becomes the next day, I could probably start now, but I want to start taking apart a lot of these boards or wooded things that I could use so that we can eventually start to board this house up. And I'm going to go check right now, see what it's going to take to disassemble. Some of these I can disassemble right now, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to close the window. We've only got 2 hours to do this before it becomes nighttime, so I'm not going to try to make too much noise. Alright everybody, we are back, and I'm going to let you guys know that we are less than 12 hours from hitting our 7-day mark. Now, I will give you guys some good news. We have fortified this place. I got one board on this door with a sheet here. If I needed to, I could just, well, close the curtain like that, and they can't see me. We've boarded this one up twice. I can't get to that window. I just tried to strategically pick what I wanted to board up, especially this bathroom window here. This door's just locked with a sheet on it. I got 3 boards on this window. We'll just close the sheets here. There we go. And then we've got our outside window over here with 4 boards on it and a TV in front of it, because we got ourselves a tent and sleeping bag indoors just to give us some added security for sleep. That way our character just feels a little bit better about himself. I think we did pretty good with fortifying our little base. Now, I don't think we're going to be finding any farming supplies or an axe to cut down more trees for more planks. Everything that I found as far as planks for boards goes was within the relative area. But it is 10 p.m. and it is quite dark outside, so we're going to lock the door. We're going to close the curtains, and then we're just going to have our boy go to bed for the night. He did pretty well out here in the apocalypse. Now it does feel kind of cheese that the zombies for the most part walked at us during the daytime. I feel like maybe if there was a mod that I could make it so nighttime active is sprinters and then daytime is, I don't know, like a slow jog, like a trot, that'd be kind of nice. It would probably make this challenge a little bit more difficult, and it would probably make things a little bit more fun for the player. But if you yourself want to try this challenge, feel free. Like I said, I showed you guys the mods and the settings at the beginning, so you can try them out yourselves. And I'm gonna have our boy Tim sleep for the last day. And for the last day, we awake. There was a hostile assault at some point. It does seem like our battery died for our flashlight, but that's to be expected. And as you can hear, it is the helicopter event. Thankfully for us, that's not too bad. We can just take some painkillers right now. Let's see if we can actually survive it. We are on day 7. And yeah, 3 hours into day 7. We definitely slept through that day. Not intentional at all, actually. I was hoping to wake up around not like 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. so we can actually feel the difference, but since we got to the end of the challenge, I think we can have ourselves a little fun. Let's equip the shotgun in both hands. Okay, they want in, and I don't want them in, and they're looting my stuff. We're going to equip this in both hands. We're just going to take them out. Come on.
Look who decided to show up.
Oh, dang, she waited. She waited for me. Okay, we got all three of them. Our door's gone. That's not good. But we survived a bandit assault. We do have kind of a limp. I think we can definitely survive this. We got 3 scratches. That's nothing. Let's put some adhesive bandages on. And the helicopter went away. We technically survived that whole thing. We did lose a door, but that's a small price to pay. I think we did pretty good out here. Let's reward ourselves with a milk chocolate bar. And we'll give our boy just another hostile bandit assault. That's just beautiful. I think we can take him again. And I think we could do it inebriated. Let's drink the whole thing. And we'll take them on. I got this. There's no way that they got me. I just need to know where they're coming from. I hear them. They don't even see me coming. Easy. We got another double barrel shotgun and some shotgun shells. I think the apocalypse, this isn't even the end for our boy Tim. I think this is just the beginning for him. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it here. If you guys like this video, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and next week I'll hit you with another movie challenge.
Let's go.